What do you say, baseball fans? Rye Bread Talking Baseball, episode 34. The old 3-4. Ward in the gym, on the gridiron. 2-4 on the diamond. But 34 is okay for middle linebackers now. I was doing it before it was cool. But anyway, I digress. Last night full of awesome action as per. Oakland and Boston deliver. Oh my goodness, what a game. Man, Jake Diekman. If your name is Jake and you're from my generation, you're automatically Jake the Snake, whatever your last name is. So, Jake the Snake Diekman. I don't know if that's his name, but if you're a Jake, I'm 45. And if you're 45 and from my kind of socialization, you're automatically Jake the Snake. And it's a tough place to lock down a save. What a game. I love watching Oakland. And then they're talking about moving. Oakland's going to move. All right. We'll do some kind of Montreal, St. Petersburg, Oakland shift around where everybody ends up with a team still, I hope. It just hurts, man. I don't like hearing that because I know the pain of worrying about your team leaving. And the A's have to worry about that now too, the fans. Man, I don't want to get into it because it's out of my lane, but goodness gracious, I hope the A's can stay in Oakland. Man, they have to be there. The A's have to be there. The green and gold. They have to be in Oakland, man. What are they going to do with those tight O lids? They're going to just throw them away? No, I'm just kidding. It's come on. Let's keep that team in Oakland. Oh, unless they want to come to Tampa Bay. If Tampa Bay goes to Montreal, I'd gladly accept. Because they're becoming my second favorite team. I love that team. I like the Padres too, but my goodness, the Padres. How do you not have Fernando Tatis Jr. in Bubblewrap? He's going on the IL. He's feeling well. I'm right before all that. At least he's not sick. But you can't have that guy get exposed, can you? How does that guy get exposed? If you want to talk about the franchise, you put Fernando Tatis Jr. next to that picture. You can put Acuna there too. I mean, there's other guys that can go there. But if you're the Padres, you've already paid him to be the franchise. My goodness, it seems strange that he would be in a position to even have that happen. I know he's a grown man, but you would think there'd be something in place. Myers he's a wild card. But it's glad that everybody's okay. But so far, what I've read, everybody's asymptomatic. But man, that's a tough look for the Padres. Ooh, I don't know how that plays in a clubhouse. Those guys don't owe me anything, but they certainly owe the Padres something and then each other. I don't know what kind of strain that causes. I'd be interested to hear how that goes from the major leaguer's perspective. But let's not get too far off track. Houston bounces back against the Angels. Shohei can't do it by himself. Mr. Majestic pitches his heart out. But what are you going to do? Houston's tough. And it's only going to get tougher tonight. It's Heaney, who has been good. Good Heaney was out last time, though, and they lost. Urquidy is just a pitcher. Before you know it, there's 4 zeros on the board with Urquidy. And it just looks like it's going to be all Houston there. Not touching it. Jays get a big one against Atlanta. And if you haven't seen it, Acuna hit a missile last night. It's a laser. That was a big one. We covered the Oakland. I can't say enough about Oakland. We had that game. I went with my heart over my head like an idiot. And I just blew it. You blew it! But we're getting right again today. We're jumping on the wake and rake horse for Baltimore at Mets, the first 5. Harvey returns to Shea Stadium. We're all over that one. It's a big number, plus 160. Baltimore in the first 5. But behind the old Dark Knight. And then I took Philadelphia while we're here. I took Philadelphia. Zack Wheeler, 2.83 ERA, 0.97 whip. His record of 3-2 doesn't jump out. But he got some tough luck losses when Philly was scuffling there. And it just seems like Washington is really struggling right now. And before we leave, I didn't say, classy Boston fans last night. Great moment, flat out romantic. And an old lover returns to Fenway. Mitchie Two Bags. They gave him a lot of love, and I just kind of enjoy those kind of little things. The Boston fans did it right. And I expect Boston, as much as they love them, they're going to want to get back tonight. I expect Boston to win there. Yankees-Rays. Rays just got beat. Cole on the hill today. Yoshi Tsutsugo, much to the delight of every announcer from every road team ever, has been sent down. He did not have to accept that assignment. He's a pro from Japan. They purchased his contract in a little bit of a different way, and he has the option to decline this assignment, but he is taking it and going down to get everyday ABs and work out of it. So not everybody would take that, and you got to hand it to Yoshi for accepting that and wanting to get better. Man, and if he starts hitting, all the better. But G-Man Choi's got good numbers against Cole. I expect to see him in the lineup, but I think it's going to take more than that to get to Cole today. Don't press the panic button if you're the Rays. They do go cold like this, but it's Wander Franco, Brujan are playing excellent baseball in AAA, and if the big league club is just not hitting, eventually you're going to see him. But you'd rather call those guys up when the offense is clicking at least a little bit. You don't want to call these guys up and add the pressure of jump-starting the offense. You want to get it moving in the right direction. So if the Rays start to heat up here a little bit, the musical chairs are going to start playing. And if you're not hitting, I think you're going to go down and you're going to see Brujan and then probably Franco. So a lot of offense, I think, on the way for the Rays. Is just the roster crunch on this is going to be curious. But I think there's an unselfish team there in Tampa Bay, and they want to win. And they want to be around later because you never know what happens. Just keep me in the fold. Patino looked good. Fleming is good. The Yankees just beat him yesterday. It's a good game. And then you got to hand it to the Jays for getting a big win in Atlanta. Huge win in Atlanta. You had Biebs and Alzolay. JT Brubaker gets a win. Our pitchers that we watch. All good, strong starts. We put the Pirates in the penalty box for what they did to Frazier, but Brubaker ends up getting the win. Biebs and Alzolay, man, it's a fun game to watch. Don't forget Seattle at the Dodgers. Justin Dunn. He has trouble throwing strikes every once in a while. 4 walks last time out. He had gotten that thing taken care of, but as it works out, he's got this patient lineup due with the Dodgers, and it doesn't really mix well because I think the Dodgers know he has to come at and throw strikes after that 4-walk performance where he was effective. But Justin Dunn is going to have to beat the Dodgers in the zone with his stuff, and he's got a good curveball. We'll see how it goes. He's going to have to go at him early because the Dodgers, I'm sure, are expecting him to attack the zone coming off that 4-walk performance. And Julio Urias is just filthy. So it's too expensive, not touching it. Tonight's action doesn't slow down at all, obviously, with those ones we've already highlighted. Giants are off, sitting atop the NL West still. I'm mandated to say it. The pitching double dip out there in Colorado, I don't know where the Padres are going to get their offense with the entire team on the IL. But it's Darvish at Gray, Snell at Gomber. I don't expect to see a lot of scoring out there. The unders are in play out there. I'm not going to touch it because I'm already in with the Phillies and this first 5 Baltimore action, but that seems intriguing to me. Woodruff, in a game that the Brewers really need, drop a heartbreaker to St. Louis last night in their place in 11 innings. Woo, it was painful. Woodruff needs a win. John Gant for the Cards, it's expensive, nowhere near it. And then Jays at Fried tonight, we kind of talked about that, a big one for the Jays. Get at me on Twitter at Rybread0844. Don't forget, if you're at the Trop, you want a steak, good bottle of wine, Bascom's Chop House is where you want to be, Clearwater, Florida. Bravo Beach Resort, Philippines. If you're going to take a vacation, why not go in style? We love you. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do 162.